Welcome back to Design Bundle's YouTube channel. If you guys are new here, my name is Crystal, and today we are going to make acrylic keychains using our Cricut Joy. So if you guys did not know, you can use your Cricut Joy to create these awesome acrylic keychains we're always making here. So a few supplies you're going to need is some acrylic keychain blanks. Now you can definitely cut these out with your Glowforge if you have one using some acrylic, or you can purchase these. For example, we have some down below for you that are like this. These are 3-inch rounds with a little hole in them. And then what you're going to need here is some hardware. So you're going to need like these right here, these little keychain hardware, as well as some jump rings that look like this. This is what's going to attach your keychain hardware to your acrylic blank. Now for extras, you can get yourself some of these little tassels here just to make it even more cute. Now the supplies that we have linked down below, it actually comes with all of your hardware, jump rings, and these little tassels as well. Super affordable. So we have those down below for you. I'm using the Cricut Joy, so I'm using the blue mat. Now, if you are using Cricut Smart Material, you don't even need a mat. You're just going to be able to load it. I've got myself a little squeegee tool and a couple pieces of adhesive vinyl. So I'm using this blue right here, as well as this black. Both of these are from StarCraft, and they are permanent. So I've got these. Now, I have used removable over the years, and they do last a long time. Remember that removable vinyl will become permanent the longer it stays. So I had a little paper trimmer here in case I needed to trim anything down. So I think we are ready to go. So let's go ahead and jump on over to Cricut Design Space so we can check out the file. All right, so now that we're over here in Cricut Design Space, this is the file that I'm using today. I'll have it linked down below for you guys, and it says Mom. So this is a little knockout here using kind of like this little zebra print here with the word Mom right inside. It's so cute. So what we're going to do is I'm going to cut this out in 2 different colors. So I've got black, but I'm also using that blue as you see, but you can use whatever colors you want to. So I am simply going to size this down, or size it up, if you will. I'm putting this on a 3-inch keychain, so I'm actually going to make mine quite large, and I'm going to do something around 2.75. So I'm going to do 2.7. Actually, I'm going to do 2.85 is what I'm going to do, just to kind of really bring that out to the size of the keychain. So we're ready to go. So I'm going to go ahead and hit make it. And then from here, we're going to have the choice to put it on the mat or off the mat. Now, since I'm using StarCraft materials, I'm going to choose on the mat. I'm going to hit continue. And then from here, you're going to see we're going to load it twice. So we have our black layer as well as the pink layer. So what I'm actually going to do, I'm going to show you really quick to save yourself some steps. I'm going to go ahead and choose my material. I'm going to tell it I'm using 4.5 by 12, so it'll use the longer mat. I'm going to come down here to our pink layer, and I'm going to move this object to our first mat. I'm going to hit confirm, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move this all the way to the bottom, so that way I can cut these out at the exact same time, and then I don't have to, and I can actually start it probably even around here. I'm going to start it at the 6-inch mark. Something about here I think will be good as well. So I'm going to go ahead and do that there, but you can put it wherever you want to, wherever you're going to stick that color. This is going to allow us to load it in our machine one time. All right, so let's go ahead and hit continue. All right, so it's going to go ahead and load our Cricut Joy. So while it does this, the material that I'm going to be using today is Cricut's premium vinyl. So I'm actually just going to go right over here to browse all material. I am going to type in vinyl, just VIN, enter, and then you guys are going to see premium vinyl, and that's the one that I'm using today. You could definitely, go to matte if you want to. So let me see here if I can find a matte. I don't think so. I don't even think it has it for the smart material. But for the premium, it looks like we have frosted and things like that. So I'm just going to choose premium vinyl. I'm going to go ahead and hit done, and we are ready to load. All right, so now we're ready to load our material. So if you remember, we had the black layer right up here at the top. So I'm going to load that guy right up here. And then you've seen that my next layer, I have it starting at the 6-inch mark. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to come over here, and I may come up a little bit just to be safe. But like I said, if you were doing it at the bottom, just load it down here. It's just going to allow us to have one mat instead of having to load it twice. So now what we're going to do with the Cricut Joy, I don't have to even hit a load button. It's just going to load it itself once it gets close enough to the wheel. So it's going to go ahead and pull it inside for us and get ready to cut it out. All right, so now it's ready to go. So from your screen, you're just going to go ahead and hit go. I know I didn't show you guys, but it's just as easy as hitting go. So what's really cool with a Cricut Joy is you can use your phone, your tablet, as well as your laptop, desktop, whatever you're using. It just makes it smart. You can travel with this. If you guys were selling these at a local market, say for example at the fair, you guys could make these on the spot. So it's just a ton of fun. Or if you're a teacher, you could take them to the classroom and craft it as well. So I'm just cutting this out. It should be pretty quick because we just have this simple black layer and then that mom. So we're just going to go ahead and speed it up. All right, so it looks like our Cricut Joy is done. So all you simply have to do is click on the unload button on your computer, phone, tablet. And then I'm going to flip this guy upside down to remove it much easier off the mat. So we're just going to flip it upside down and peel. All right, so we are going to go ahead and take that out of our way here. All right, so now we are ready to weed everything out. So I'm using my little pin tool here. It's just got a little needle in it, and it's going to allow us to easily weed this just like so. So I'm going to go ahead and just weed this out, and then we're going to come in here and get this piece. Now I'm going to go ahead and cut this down because I don't want to waste all of this excess here. And then we're going to go ahead and weed the mom. So we're just going to come in here and weed our next layer here. All right, so here we go. Move that out of our way and then get our next piece. All right, here we go. All right, so this is going to intertwine right inside of here. So we're going to place this first piece on top and then our next one. So the very first step that we want to do is take yourself a lint-free cloth. You can take some rubbing alcohol and just clean your acrylic. This is going to allow this to last a long time. The next thing we need to do is bring in a piece of transfer. You could definitely use contact paper from the Dollar Tree. I'll have all of the supplies I'm using today linked down below. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get me a nice little piece here. I'm thinking this is going to fit just like so. This should fit pretty nicely. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take that little squeegee tool here and then just kind of rub this, and this is just going to pick it up on that transfer. All right, so we're going to go ahead and flip it upside down and peel. Easy, right? All right, so now what we're going to do is come right over here, and I'm just going to try to center this up just like so, and then we're just going to rub it down. So I'm going to go ahead and take that squeegee once again and rub it in. All right, there we have it. So then I'm going to go ahead and fold this over and carefully peel just like that. So you guys can see we have our first layer down. Super cute, right? So now we're going to go ahead and use that same piece of transfer, and I'm going to go ahead and pick up the word mom. So once again, this is just going to intertwine right between our layers there, right between our design, if you will. So I'm going to take the word mom here, and then we're just going to line it up. So I'm going to go ahead and just figure out about where this is going to go. And once again, this is called a knockout design. So we're going to go ahead and get this ready to go just like so. All right, there we have it. All right, look at how super cute this is. I'm going to bring it up so hopefully you guys can see that a little bit better there. So super, super cute. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip it over and peel off the back piece here. Now with these, what's really cool is you can take some paint and put a brush stroke on the back. With tons of acrylic tutorials on the channel here, so definitely check those out. You guys can see how nice that is. So what we're going to do here is complete our keychain. So super duper easy. You're going to take the bottom of your keychain hardware. We have that little loop there. We're going to put this on top just like so. And then we are going to feed this right over. So basically what I'm doing is I'm holding it with the opening. I'm going to just feed it right on top. And as you twist this, you should be able to twist it right into that hole. And then from here, you're going to need some jewelry pliers, and we're going to close this. All right, so I've got my jewelry pliers. I forgot to mention these at the beginning here, but we have some linked down below for you guys. So what we're going to do is just kind of squeeze this shut just like that. There you have it. So you can leave it just like this, or if you want to spruce it up even more, you can add yourself a tassel right up here at the top. So I'm actually going to do, since I've done the blue, I'm going to go ahead and do maybe this little pink color right here. or even this one. I even think this black would be super duper cute. I think I'm going to use the black. I think that looks super cute, like to go with the zebra theme, if you will. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put this through the whole of that tassel, and we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to attach it somewhere on here. I usually go around 2 or 3 loops down. You can put it wherever you want to. And then you're just going to squeeze it shut. Once again, these are kind of pulled open sideways, if you will. So you're just squeezing them shut. It just makes it super duper easy. All right, there you go. And there you have it. You have a very nice keychain, whether you're gifting this to somebody, making it for yourself, or you are going to sell these. You are going to love them. They are adorable. So I really hope that you guys have enjoyed this. If you guys are, even if you're not going to recreate this exact project, I really hope that you guys have found some inspiration today or learned something new. And if you did, we did our job. So if you guys do recreate this, please use the hashtag design bundle so I can check it out. We love checking out all of your projects. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, please hit the like button down below and subscribe. And I'll see you guys on the next one.